Well, we're going to make that pair of earrings that you saw the picture of. They call it a leaf. I call it a tree because it looks like a tree upside down, but anyway. So what you're going to need is your earrings, your 964 20 gauge. You need about 100 of those. You're going to need 2 of these 1564 20 gauge. And you're going to need 30 of these. They're called number 8s. They're seed beads. But you want the 08. Yeah, I got these at bead bullies. They don't have them anymore. They closed down. But anyway, yeah, you can find them on any craft store. Will probably have them. But yeah, they're just seed beads. 08s where you want the ones you want. Okay, to start with, we're going to take our large ring. We're going to put 9 closed smaller rings on there. And you're going to need a paper clip and, of course, an ear wire. Paper clip is optional, but I like to use them. Gives you something to hold on to. And then close that up. And before I do anything else with it, I'm going to take another one of my rings, hook it on there. Put a paper clip on there, and then close it. Okay, how I start these out, kind of fan them out. Just kind of fan them out if you can. Kind of pressing with your finger and your thumb. What I would usually do is I'll start right here at the very end of it, closest to me. I'll grab, because you're going to want to start with one with your bead on it. Grab 2 of the rings. Put in between, we're going to put the other small rings. So you went through 2 of them. Now we're going to go through, we're going to grab that last one that you went through, and then grab the next ring in line. So we're going to have 2 rings, and I'm going behind that one with the bead on it. And I kind of gently bring it down because these rings will flip on you until you get your 3rd row in there. The end ones will flip around to the other side, and then you gotta flip them back, which is kind of annoying, but it happens. It's an easy fix. Okay, I just put that ring in, I kind of move it out of my way, grab the last ring that I went through that one ring, and then grab that last one, and then another one right next to it. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I'm grabbing that one. The ring went through it. I'm grabbing that one, and then I went over blank, and now I've grabbed 2 of those rings. I don't know if I explained that very well, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Go into the ring. And grab that last ring that we went through, and then grab the next one in line. Sometimes you end up getting 3, which I've done, which I just did, and I had to backtrack a little bit. And go that last one went through, and the next one. That's how this pattern goes. You grab the one, the last ring that you went through, and then the next one in line. And that's how the pattern works. And then I'll explain how the beads rings work in here in a second. Okay, kind of move that one out of my way. You grab that last one that we went through. The next one in line. One of these rings I just put in, I'm going behind the one that I put one in, and the next one I go behind that one, and I keep going behind each one of them, so they lay on top of each other, going this way. Okay, and that last one, so we got one single ring on the end here, so we're going to grab another one with a bead on it. Grab the one that we went through before. Sometimes I gotta reorient them to where they sit better. I can see the last ring better. Like we've done all the rest of them, go behind that last ring, grab that one, and then the next one. Okay, so you got something like that going on, and then what we're doing is we're graduating by rings going down the line. First one was 9, this one's got 8, and then we'll go 7, 6, all the way down to where you end up with just 1. So we start out with one with a bead for the end. Okay, on this one, this one you can see the way it's laid on top. It's on top of everything, and this bead would be underneath. So what I like to do is I start to where it makes it easier for me. I'll start at this end where that one's going underneath, and I'll go through this ring and that ring with one with a bead on it. So I'm going to go through, so basically going down and around to that bead, to that ring. So I go through that one, and then the one with the bead on it. 7 or 6. Let's add the next ring. So I'm going through. Okay, these are laying on top of each other. Okay, going this way. So I'm taking and going through that top one, and going through that one, going through this one that's kind of hanging there, then go through that one that has the bead on it. I don't know if you can see that very well. So you zoom in. So I gotta fan them out. I just pitch in between my thumb and my finger to kind of fan them out a little bit so you can actually get to the rings easier. Okay, this one, it goes the one that's not got a ring in it yet. Grab that one, and I'm going behind the other one. So these are stacking to where the top ring is going to be, the top of the ring is going to be facing to the left. Be stacked that way. Once you do this, you'll see what I'm talking about when they're stacked, either going to the left or going to the right. That's the very top portion of the ring. Grab that one, ain't got a bead on it, or a ring on it yet. Grab the other one, going behind it. Grab the other one, make sure I go behind the one that, the other ring that I put in. Sometimes I gotta reset these to where I can see it better. I got it flipped over too, so that's alright. Sometimes it makes it easier. Flip it back on where we had it. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more rings. One's without a bead and one with a bead. So here I go. Grab that floater. I call them floater rings. They ain't got a ring in it yet. And then grab behind the other one. And now I add the one with the bead on it. So by looking at this, put it. I'm going to go down through the top one with the ring, with the bead on it. Into that other ring. My finger over just to check to see how well they're closed. If I feel any snag, then I go through and make sure it's closed really good. So that's what we've got so far. You see, this ring is underneath, or this bead would be underneath. That one's on top. Same with it. This one's underneath, that one's on top. And you want to alternate them as you go. So like this one here, I'm going to do this last row and then I'll kind of fast forward. So this one, the bead would be floating on top. So I'm going to come through the bottom. Actually, now it's going to be underneath. So I came through the bottom of that, of those two rings. Make sure I did that right. Let me reorient that one. I think I want it to go easy way to decipher, just flip the whole thing around. So that one is underneath, which should be on top if you look up on the other side. So I'm going to come from underneath those two. This is basically a European foreign one. We're just doing it going sideways rather than the traditional way. Which I have a bracelet I made, European foreign one. I did this. I did it sideways, which really turned out pretty cool. Going through all the rest of the rings in here, come to the bottom. So now I'm going on top of that last ring that I put in. So you can flip your work over and do it that way. Sometimes it's a little easier to get your rings in there. This is one of those weaves that you can do that with. Flip it over. I haven't done a tutorial in a very long time. Probably a couple of years, if not longer. Last one with the bead on it. So I'm coming behind that bead. You see, it wants to sit on top, so I'm coming behind the bead and then grabbing the other ring. So that's what you got so far. So just continue on doing that, and then when we get to the end, I'll show you how that works. But yeah, just keep on going and keep on adding your rings. See how that one I went behind that bead because it's going to be the one sticking on top. Or facing forward rather than in the back. And that's how the ones with the beads work. They alternate front and back, front and back, front and back. notice that on the side, as you look at the side of it, they do the opposite on the other side. Front, back here, back, front on the other side. So yeah, they alternate. Last 3 rings, which would be the ones with the beads on. So grab, this would be the top beads. I'm going behind that one. And going underneath that ring I just put in there. The very last one has a bead on it. As you see, this one is the top one, so I'll just go through that one and into the other one. We're going to take this off of here. Don't need this ring or paper clip anymore. Grab a hammer. And I made one up prior to this. I made the other one. So what you need to do when looking at them, I don't have a poker with it, I guess I can use this. So you'll see how these rings are laid out. Laying on top of each other going to my right. So what you want to do is you want to mirror that. When you put your other ear wire on to match this one, make sure it's got it set right. So that would be attached to the ear. And now these very center rings, the very first rings we put on there, now they're still going to the right. So if I take this one, I hold them up facing each other, the beads and all that should match to where they're exactly the same on the other as they're looking at each other. So that's a mirror image. So with that, I know I need this to be facing me. So to put my ear wire on, I want this to be facing me. So then when I hook this in there, the ear wire is going like that, and it'll be sitting right. And just hook that in there and brace it on my finger. Grab hold of it and close it, and then we're good to go. We should have they're very pretty. You can put whatever color beads you want in here. I mean, you could also do this weave, same gauge of wire, 20 gauge, 764. This one's 964. I found the 964 is a little bit nicer. It's not quite as tight. But if you want it snugger, if you want it tighter, you know, more dense, then by all means go for it. You could either go with 22 gauge wire and go to 764, which would be similar to this. It would just be smaller. I mean, it wouldn't be as long. It'd be a little more, it'd be airy like this one is, which I like. But yeah, you can pretty much use any size rings you want. Just make sure they fit your bead and you're good to go. So yeah, there you go. That's they call them the leaf, I call them the tree, because if you look at it this way, it looks like a tree upside down. So I don't know. I call it a tree when I write stuff down. I call it a tree. Anyway, there you go. That's what you got. Have fun with it, making it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.